break it down with DJC Combat.
It's official, folks. TJ Dillashaw, one of my favorite bantamweights ever, and an absolute legend and pioneer of the fight game and the bantamweight division, is coming back. Well, I don't know if he's actually going to come back, but he wants to come back. He's talking about wanting to return. He did an interview with Rampage Jackson, and someone in my live also brought that to my attention, that he wants to come back and make things right because he didn't like how he went out when he had that fight with Aljamain Sterling, and he basically showed up with a injured shoulder, and that affected the outcome of the fight, sort of, and he got absolutely embarrassed. So obviously that's not a way that he wants to end his career. But TJ Dillashaw, even though I'm your biggest fan, you're 37 years old, and you're so injury prone now. First you dealt with a knee injury, and then a shoulder injury, and it just makes me think, damn, what is next, man? Like, your body is falling apart, and this sport waits for no one. Father Time waits for no one. And again, like I said, you're 37, and I don't know if coming back is a good idea, to be honest, because even though you beat Corey, you barely won that fight. You got dominated by Sterling, even though it was because of your shoulder. You said that was your, fourth shoulder surgery. And, you took that fight with one shoulder because you thought Aljo was an easy matchup. I agree. You do match well with Sterling, but that only on your best night, only in your prime. But Dillashaw's not in his prime anymore, and I feel like if he does come back, he's just going to be so far behind the active competition ahead of him, because this sport is evolving and the bantamweight division is just getting better. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think TJ is at that stage of his career where he is the best bantamweight in the world, or even one of them. He thinks he's the best, but honestly, TJ, that's delusion if you ask me. You're not the best. I don't think you beat Merab. I think a Sterling rematch is the same result. You lose to O'Malley, Cejudo, Sandhagen in a rematch, Peter Yan. You could probably beat guys like Vera, Font. You lose to Yadong. Cruz rematch is a toss-up. You beat Pedro, and you lose to Umar, and then beat other guys like outside the top 11. But as far as being a world champion, man, that is far behind you. I really don't know who would be a good comeback fight for TJ. If he's looking for a one-off, the best bet is to give him the most winnable fight possible that he can win, and ride off in the sunset too. But if he's looking to go on another run for the world title, yeah, that's just not going to happen, man. He's never going to be a champion again. It's 2023. It's not 2014, 2017 anymore. Those days are behind TJ. And honestly, I think he should stay gone, because I don't want to see one of my favorite fighters just stick around and ruin their legacy by catching all these L's. So we'll see. Maybe TJ will smarten up and realize, you know what, I don't need to fight anymore. I've already accomplished so much. But I think it's an interesting decision on the part of TJ Dillashaw. Just not the wisest decision, maybe. MMA is such an unforgiving sport. And one day you can be on top of the world and you can be the hottest thing on the block, and then the next day you're at an all-time low and you're no longer the best thing there is. And right now, Dillashaw is at that stage in his career where he's basically old news, and he's got the bad end of the stick. And I just think coming back at the end of the day will just make it worse. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.